All right, there it is. All right, tweet sent. Yeah, boys. So we can talk more about this at Tsunami when more people filter in. I know there's a lot of questions coming up. Probably a lot of questions for the past, since 2023 when I first had my account up. But don't worry, we're not leaving Twitch. All right. I know there's a lot of people worried about that. dasMEHDI is not leaving Twitch. But we are going to be expanding our platforms over the next month, 2 months. That includes VOD uploads to YouTube, so that for those who prefer watching our videos can do so over there as well. Instagram, TikTok is also going to be pushing out. We're already on TikTok and Instagram, but it's gonna expand on there. But as one of the main courses next to Twitch, we're gonna have Kick. So I know some people were worried. They're like, "Oh my God, I can't watch dasMEHDI anymore." And da 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 da. No. Listen. I think the general game plan, I mean, we'll see how everything sort of pans out. I think I got things, this has kind of been in the works for a minute, but I want to make sure it was something that was going to be compatible with the whole instead of selectively. And I think generally how things are going to pan out are going to be, you'll see my streams here. You'll also see streams on Kick, etc., etc. Don Coco's back. No, I mean, let me keep it 100 with you guys, right? I don't think any of this would be I don't think any of this would be happening if it wasn't for recent changes. I think any solo platform streams are always multi. No, they're gonna be it's gonna, I mean, we'll see how it plays out, man. We'll see how the community reacts to it. We'll see what makes sense for me. But yeah, I would be following both. I spent yesterday sort of setting up Discord to properly set things up. I think what I'm gonna do is I think there'll be a Twitch live channel, and then there'll be a Kick live channel. That way you can see which platform we're live on. But no, things are going to be mixed. Some's going to be multi, but it's going to be live on Twitch some parts, live on Kick on others. I'm gonna let me give you an example, right? And this is, I mean, I'm just gonna shoot straight. Streamosphere is changing dramatically, and you either got to keep up with the times, or you dematerialize into becoming irrelevant, which means there's no streams anymore, right? I would say since December, even with a channel as big as I am, streaming has slowly become unsustainable. There's no other way to shoot straight. It's literally unsustainable only streaming on Twitch. I love Twitch. I've been here for a long time, but remaining just on Twitch, entirely impossible. I think discoverability is low. Ad revenue hit the shitter back in end of December. It went from things were great last year. Things were fantastic last year. They were great. Didn't even have to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? But now, even if you're pulling like 2,000 views, you're making like probably like I'm not gonna get into specifics. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but you ain't doing so hot. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing so hot. And with someone with my background, right? Masters in computer science. Ooh. So, like, I have to be like, I got to think about my future. I got to be like, listen. Let's not get too, yeah, so hopefully things will change here eventually, but yeah, no, it's gonna be like split streams. Sometimes we'll start over there, sometimes we'll start over here. I'm trying to find the best way to accommodate the community, but then also expand it. So we'll see how that all like kind of plays out ultimately. Yeah, it's been bad. I think that's why we've seen a lot of I genuinely believe that's why we've seen a lot of people just kind of like dissipate into it, like, bro, I think a lot of people are yeah, I don't know. I think you're gonna see a lot of people start dissipating as a consequence. Gotta feed them orphans. Yeah. Tiptoeing up the multi-platform. Yeah, because you don't know what the future holds. You don't know who the future holds. I mean, who knows, man? Maybe things will change in like a month or two. Yeah, that's kind of what's up. How many of you guys rely on Discord notifications?
You were supposed to meet me at the Vespucci Canal.
A lot of NoPixel is on Kick now. That is true. I'm one of the last. Wait, who is left on NoPixel? On Kick or on Twitch? I think most of NoPixel's on Kick now. Yeah.
We still have to film the sex.
Yeah, very few. Yeah, majority. No, Silence on Kick now. Does Silence still stream on Twitch? I feel like he's on Kick more than he is on Twitch now.
I had to basically fuck a guy to get you that audition.
Oh, he does both? Gotcha.
Well, you know,
Yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting little massage. Yeah. Oh, he splits? Yeah. So, gotta get with the times. All that. I'm gonna try to make things as comfortable as I can for y'all. I hope you guys understand. I know for some of you guys, it's gonna be like, dasMEHDI, why, motherfucker? Oh, I think there's a couple things, like some things I don't want to delve too much into because I don't think it's appropriate since we're on Twitch right now talking about it. But look, here I'll shoot straight. I hope Twitch fixes its shit, genuinely. But you can't rely on it, right? Which isn't what it used to be. Last year was so fucking good, man. You know who I blame? Chat, you know who I blame? Get your bag? Okay, so couple things I think that's important to mention. There is no bag, chat. There is no bag, all right? As much as I would wish that there was a bag, there is no bag, all right? Facebook, that was a bag. Now, listen, that was a fucking bag. That was a... Facebook was... Man, all those years when after I quit after I quit working full-time as a software engineer and took a break to stream on Twitch, I pretty much took a pay cut down to 25% of what I used to make. And for like 4 years, I was making less than I would make as a software engineer. And slowly, eventually, I got to like roughly equal amount, not including the fact that I got to pay for my own insurance, have to pay more taxes, all that fucking bullshit. No 401k, no 401k match, all that kind of shit that gets added in, right? With everything said and done, right? With everything said and done, that when I went to Facebook, it's sort of like, let's just say it like recovered those years.
Pretty fantastic, actually.
So that was good. But no, there is no bag associated with this. There is no, you know, I'm not really concerned with like, I know there's probably going to be a lot of, look, let me shoot like this. I think the biggest things that I think understandably some of our community may be concerned with is number one, how's it going to affect the community? I think the first thing I'm going to mention is, and I'm going to put this all on Discord too, for those who can't make it. The community, this community, the dasMEHDI community can only exist as long as I'm able to sustain myself. And that doesn't mean like just monetarily, right? That also means like psychologically. Because
I'm in the land of sun, sand, and Botox.
And you know, I stream a lot. I enjoy it. But if streaming has burdens, some of which can be financial, you're just gonna get angry dasMEHDI all day. I'm gonna be waking up, I'm gonna be like, God damn, I gotta pay fucking $700 for my fucking medical insurance. All right, I got this and that, and then I'm gonna start a stream and I'm gonna be like having to farm like a mother. I'm gonna have to start showing my penis on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh shit, I need medical insurance. Das penis. You know, fucking foot pics. Yeah, exactly. No, just, right? No, so there's that, right?
You about to get dealt with, right? Nah, man, that ain't the way it is.
Okay, so that's number one, right? There's that. So number one is it going to split the community? There is no community if those factors come into play. Secondly, it's important to continue to expand this community of like-minded individuals who like this content, right? That's another reason I decided on this like multi-platform approach. And that does include like expanding to like TikTok and Instagram and like, you know, expanding our YouTube, which by the way, I know our YouTube quality isn't probably what people want, but listen, I'm going to keep it a buck. YouTube is fucking dog shit. Like in terms of ROI. I don't mind spitting these facts, by the way. Who gives a fuck? I mean, some things I'm not going to get into, right? Like, I don't even know if I can talk about exact Twitch revenue shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to. Listen, I'm not a big boy. I'm not trying to... I don't got Jeff Bezos who's going to on my speed dial. Yeah, YouTube ain't what people think it is. You spend more money getting things edited. I don't make a single dollar on YouTube, even when we're cranking out thousands of views, because all that money goes back into the pocket of the editor. Let's put it that way, right? If anything, it's a burden. But Instagram, TikTok, expand on those. That's that. The second question that I think is going to come up is get the gambling aspect. I think the best way I can chop it up is that shit doesn't bother me. And the reason is, number one, the association is the company. But then when I sat back and I'm like, Twitch is owned by Amazon. Twitch has had and continues to have a lot of gambling. I think at this particular stage, that platform doesn't put it in your face, nor do I have to gamble. I don't even think I can really... Wait, let me see. Let me go. If I go to the website right now, Is there even shit on there for gambling? I don't think it is. I think like fucking the first year they may have. But anyways. Yeah. And apparently most of the Middle East moved to Kick. And listen, I don't know what you guys know about the Middle East, but if the Middle East streamers don't have a problem with Kick when in relation to gambling, I don't think anyone in chat can comparatively have like have a more solid opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about what y'all know about gambling in the Middle East, but that shit's like a massive no-no. But yeah, I want you guys to on Discord. You guys on Discord, we won't pollute chat with it. I'm gonna leave it like kind of this simple. But what I will say is if you guys have concerns or problems, etc., feel free to voice those things on Discord. If you've already followed me over there, because I do want to hear it, right? Like if you're having issues, if you have some concerns or whatever, let me know, because I do want to get your feedback. I think that's like very important. Unless you just started following last week. As fan hasn't it. Yo, Salty, can you look into that for me? That is something that I do want to do. I've been considering that, a browser extension that lets you know where I'm going live and other things like that. What else did I do?
Hi.
What else did I do?
I got so smoked out last night.
I started downloading all our VODs because they're all going to disappear soon. I don't know if I'm going to make it in time. I downloaded 61 out of 660 videos over the last 12 hours for just 2018. So hopefully over the next month I can pull all that. I think I'm going to get a second computer running just for the downloads.
Well, I finally arranged a 3 for
Um,
my overeaters group and Phil for my sex addicts group. Oh, it'll be fine, as long as there's plenty of rubbers and turkey.
well, the downloads are going like at a relatively okay speed. We'll see how it ends up. Yeah, they want to delete all the we got this is the shit that pisses me off. We had a month and a half notice they were doing it. I'll tell you, we only had a month and a half notice. Like, hey, by the way, you can't have highlights anymore. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. It would have been much worse. Like, I don't think you could reasonably download. They gave the warning, and I asked, and I'm asking still. I'm still pushing back, and I'm like, give me an extra month, at least. But it's, yeah, man, it's annoying. It's like, clearly they did budget cuts going into this year, right? Probably with like Amazon storage. But it's annoying that they were like, that they didn't give enough time. Like, fucking, it's actually fucking brain dead. Like, they're like, oh yeah, only 1% of creators even like probably are over this line. Bitch, you can't say 1% of creators when only 1% of them actually work full time. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Or maybe it was like 1% of partners. I don't give a fuck. My point is that, like, so why not just like, if you were able to hold off for so long, can't you just hold off like and give people like 4 months, right? Because the problem is I luckily already spent $8,000. Chat, I want you to put that into perspective. I spent $8,000 3 years ago during the Twitch apocalypse. Last minute. I didn't even have that much time to like research it. I had to buy a NAS. That shit was like expensive as fuck. And then I had to throw a bunch of drives in it. And there may have been better solutions, but it wasn't any time to do it. And I had to fucking download a bunch of stuff because of the DMCA stuff, right? It happened out of nowhere. This was, but now it's like the VOD thing. It's like they didn't factor in the fact that people are going to want to back up their stuff and re-upload it, right? No, writing off on taxes isn't a thing, bro. It's not a thing. That ain't a thing, brother. That doesn't exist. Then you're doing it wrong. Listen, 55 hoes, you have some of the dumbest takes in chat. I think most of chat is smart enough, but we'll say it anyways. No, tax write-offs. While I know some teenagers might believe that a tax write-off just means you get things for free. That's not how it works. Tax write-off just means that if you spent money and it's a tax write-off, it means that you're not having to pay tax on that money. It gets removed from your, it offsets what you owe. Yeah, exactly. But it only offsets the percentage. It only offsets the percentage you would have owed. So you don't save, like, let's say you spent $8,000 on a NAS device for your business. It doesn't mean you get 8,000 back. It means you get the taxable amount doesn't get taxed. That's it. So if let's say you had to pay 20% on taxes on a $10,000 business item, right? That's $2,000 in tax, right? So you don't pay that $2,000 in tax when it comes down to filing taxes. That's it. That's all it does. You just aren't paying tax on it. That's it. Yeah. I think when people joke about write-offs, you know, when the write-off thing happens, most people that joke about actually writing stuff off probably actually mean that they bought a vehicle, for example, and wrote it off as a business expense. And so they bought like they buy a lease, for example, right? Or they buy like a $50,000 car and they're like, yeah, I did this as a business expense, right? And they save a shitload of money, right? But the thing is, you get what I'm saying? I genuinely believe that most people who are out there being like, oh, it's just a business expense. You know what they're doing is they're probably tax evading. I'm going to keep it real. Yeah, that's true, Anguish. I think that's why people like use the leases. Yeah, I listen. I'm convinced of that. For as long as I've been in the industry and heard people just be like, "Oh, it's a tax write-off," I'm like, this motherfucker. These like people who say that shit, or you see it in the movies, they're probably tax evading. That's probably what's happening.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
I don't think any sane individual is sitting back and is like, "Oh man, I had to spend this money for my business." Poggers, you know. They're still good. They're still spending the money. They're getting it. That's what it is. Tax write-off is a 20% coupon, 20% off coupon. Anyways, Yeah, chat. Any questions? Oh, yeah, so we'll start that tomorrow. We'll see how it is. Oh, yeah. One thing I'm looking forward to with this is I think we're going to be able to do a lot of content that I've been generally avoiding. Which has me pretty excited. And what I mean by that is I don't have to worry about going live, and I can literally play some like game to a quarter. Yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna go into details. We a lot more opportunity ahead. Hot tub streams, oh my god. Face streams, you know, the face streams, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually, believe it or not, I have a fucking insane studio setup in this very office that we set up like 2-3 years ago with an overhead camera, with a front-facing DLSR, with a entire lighting system that I can change at my fingertips, with an entire painted office that is painted a specific color so I can change the background colors and saturation. And then we never did it. I know, it's still set up. Yeah. You know what it is, chat? You know what I blame? OCD, anxiety, and ADHD, all right? Because you know what ends up happening? It's still... Let's go to the weapon bench.